Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of the Philippine economy. We're talking over 7,600 islands, folks. But this isn't just a travel vlog. We're going deep into the economic engine driving this nation forward. Forget what you think you know about tropical paradises. The Philippines is rewriting the rule book. So buckle up, because we're about to explore how the Philippines is becoming an economic powerhouse. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. When you think of the Philippines, you might picture pristine beaches and majestic volcanoes. But beneath those postcard-worthy scenes lies a complex and rapidly evolving economy. We're talking about a nation that's transitioned from an agricultural base to a service-driven powerhouse. So, how did this archipelago nation of over 110 million people become a force on the global stage? From GDP growth to key industries, we'll uncover the economic indicators making the Philippines a hot topic in international markets. But this isn't just about numbers. We're going to meet the hardworking Filipinos driving this economic miracle. Get ready for an eye-opening journey into the heart of the Philippine economy. The Philippines has faced its fair share of challenges, but they've managed to carve out a unique path to economic success. Did you know that the Philippines is the world's largest exporter of coconut oil? But their economic prowess extends far beyond tropical fruits. The Philippines has become a global hub for business process outsourcing, or BPO. Think call centers, IT support, and back-office operations. Filipinos are known for their strong work ethic and English proficiency. It's a winning combination attracting major international companies to set up shop in the Philippines. Alright folks, let's talk numbers. The Philippines has a GDP of roughly $440 billion, putting them among the world's top 40 economies. They've been clocking in growth rates of 6 to 7% annually before the pandemic. But it's not all sunshine and mango shakes. The Philippines is still classified as a lower middle income country by the World Bank. The challenge is figuring out how to bridge the gap between bustling cities and struggling rural communities, and trust me, this pie is worth fighting for. GDP isn't just a bunch of boring numbers. Back in the 1980s, the Philippines was struggling with debt and economic stagnation. Fast forward to today, and they've managed to pull off an economic U-turn. They've got a young, vibrant workforce that's hungry for opportunity. They've embraced globalization and opened up their economy to foreign investment. But let's not kid ourselves, there's still a long way to go. Now let's dive into the nitty-gritty of the Philippine economy. First up, the service sector, which accounts for a whopping 60% of their GDP. The Philippines has overtaken India as the call center capital of the world. Filipinos are known for their excellent English skills and patience. The Philippines also has a thriving tourism industry. Agriculture still plays a vital role, employing millions of Filipinos. The manufacturing sector is steadily gaining momentum. The Philippine economy is like a delicious adobo, a mix of different flavors creating something special. Now let's talk about the secret sauce of the Philippine economy, its people. With a median age of just 25 years old, the Philippines boasts one of the youngest populations in the world. A large portion of the Filipino workforce is fluent in English. This gives them a huge advantage in the global job market. Filipinos are known for their strong work ethic, adaptability, and infectious positivity. They've weathered countless storms, both literally and figuratively, and through it all they've emerged stronger and more determined. Let's talk about the Overseas Filipino Workers, or OFWs. These are the millions of Filipinos who travel abroad in search of better opportunities. They're the unsung heroes of the Philippine economy, sending billions of dollars back home each year. For a country like the Philippines, where job opportunities at home can be scarce, it's often a necessary sacrifice. These aren't just statistics. These are real people making incredible sacrifices to provide for their loved ones. They're the breadwinners, the dreamers, the ones who believe that a better future is worth fighting for. The impact of OFW remittances on the Philippine economy is staggering. Over $30 billion flow into the country each year, accounting for 10% of their GDP. This money is a lifeline for millions of Filipino families. It's the fuel that keeps the Philippine economy humming along, but the impact of OFW remittances goes beyond just numbers. It's about families lifted out of poverty and communities transformed. The challenge is to create more well-paying jobs at home. Let's take a closer look at the diverse faces behind these remittances. OFWs can be found in almost every corner of the globe. They're nurses, engineers, seafarers, and domestic workers. And let's not forget about the entertainers. Many OFWs face difficult working conditions and long hours. Yet despite these hardships, they persevere. They are the embodiment of the Filipino spirit, resilient, resourceful, and always hopeful. Life as an overseas worker can be incredibly challenging. Imagine being separated from your family for years at a time. And then there are the stories of exploitation and unfair treatment. But even in the face of adversity, OFWs demonstrate incredible resilience. They form tight-knit communities abroad, supporting each other. They send money back home to support their families and invest in their communities. They are living proof that the Filipino spirit can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. The Philippines is quietly becoming a tech titan. Filipinos' English skills, tech savviness, and strong work ethic have made them a force in the global tech scene. The nation is home to a growing number of startups and tech incubators. From mobile payments to e-commerce, the Philippines is embracing the digital revolution. It's about using technology to solve real-world problems. The Philippines is ready to take on the digital world. Let's talk about the backbone of this tech boom, the business process outsourcing or BPO industry. The Philippines is the call center capital of the world, but it goes way beyond that. Think software development, animation, graphic design, and content creation. Filipino workers are renowned for their attention to detail and ability to follow instructions. This mastery of the BPO industry has created a skilled workforce. They're learning the ropes, honing their skills, and getting ready to unleash their creativity on the world. Section 3, more than just cheap labor, the Filipino Advantage. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Some might say, John, isn't this just about cheap labor? Companies outsourcing to save a buck? And to that I say, hold your horses, my cynical friend, there's more to this story than meets the eye. While it's true that labor costs in the Philippines are relatively lower compared to developed countries, that's only one piece of the puzzle. The real advantage lies in the unique combination of skills, culture, and a genuine passion for technology that you find in the Filipino workforce. We're talking about a nation with a strong emphasis on education, a deep-rooted culture of collaboration, and a natural curiosity that makes them eager to learn new technologies and adapt to the ever-changing demands of the digital world. And let's not forget about the Filipino spirit of bayanihan, a sense of community and working together towards a common goal. It's this spirit that fosters innovation, encourages knowledge sharing, and creates a supportive environment for tech companies to thrive. Section 4. The future is digital AI, startups, and a nation transformed. So, where is this tech-driven wave taking the Philippines? Well folks, hold on to your hats because the future looks brighter than a freshly ironed barong Tagalog. We're talking about a nation that's poised to become a major player in artificial intelligence, data science, and all things digital. Imagine a future where Filipino-developed AI algorithms are used to improve healthcare outcomes, optimize traffic flow in bustling Manila, and even personalize your karaoke song suggestions. It's not just a pipe dream, folks, it's already happening. The government is investing heavily in tech education and infrastructure, creating a fertile ground for startups to blossom and innovation to flourish. And with a young tech-savvy population eager to make their mark on the world, the Philippines is well-positioned to ride this digital wave to even greater heights. So, the next time you think of the Philippines, don't just picture beaches and boxing gloves. Picture a nation on the rise, powered by technology, driven by innovation, and fueled by the boundless energy of its people. The future is bright, folks, and it's being coded in the Philippines. Section 1, Paradise Lost and Found, Tackling Inequality. Alright folks, time for a reality check. While the Philippines is busy building its economic muscle, let's not forget that paradise has its share of problems. And no, I'm not talking about running out of mango juice, though that would be tragic. Income inequality, my friends, that's the elephant in the karaoke bar. You've got gleaming skyscrapers in Manila casting long shadows over sprawling slums. It's a tale of two cities, and sometimes it feels like two different countries entirely. Now, I'm not here to rain on anyone's parade. The good news is the government is acutely aware of this issue and they're taking steps to address it. We're talking about investing in education, healthcare, and social safety nets to uplift those who have been left behind. But it's a long and winding road, folks. Corruption, lack of infrastructure in rural areas, and a history of systemic poverty, these are tough nuts to crack. But hey, if anyone can do it, it's the Filipinos. They've got resilience in spades, and let's be honest, a good karaoke session can solve almost anything. Mother Nature, friend or foe? Disaster resilience. Let's talk about Mother Nature for a second, shall we? Specifically, how she seems to have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Philippines. On one hand, she blessed them with stunning beaches, lush rainforests, and those majestic rice terraces that'll make you want to grab a straw hat and start planting. On the other hand, she also throws the occasional typhoon, earthquake, or volcanic eruption their way. Talk about a mood swing. And look, I'm no geologist, but I'm pretty sure being located on the Pacific Ring of Fire isn't doing them any favors. But here's the thing about Filipinos. They're masters of rolling with the punches. They've got disaster preparedness down to a science, or maybe an art form, considering their creativity. We're talking about communities coming together to evacuate, rebuild, and support each other with a sense of solidarity that's both humbling and inspiring. Of course, natural disasters take a toll on the economy. Rebuilding costs money, businesses are disrupted, and tourism can take a hit. But Filipinos are a resilient bunch. They dust themselves off, rebuild stronger than before, and even manage to crack a joke or two along the way. It's that indomitable spirit, folks, that's going to see them through. Alright, let's talk about the elephant, or rather the pesky mosquito in the room: corruption. It's the unwelcome guest that just won't leave, buzzing around, sucking the life out of progress and leaving an itchy red mark on the economy. Now, I'm not saying the Philippines is unique in this regard. Corruption exists everywhere, like a bad case of the common cold, but in a developing nation striving to level up, it's particularly damaging. It's like trying to run a marathon with lead weights tied to your ankles. The good news is that there's a growing movement to combat corruption in the Philippines. From investigative journalists to citizen watchdogs, people are shining a light on shady dealings and demanding accountability. And it's working. But it's a long and arduous battle, folks. It requires political will, institutional reform, and a collective effort from both citizens and their leaders. The good news is, Filipinos are starting to realize that they deserve a government that works for them, not against them, and that's a powerful force for change. Now let's talk about bureaucracy. Because if you thought dealing with the DMV was bad, try navigating the labyrinthine corridors of Philippine government offices. It's enough to make even the most patient person consider taking up competitive screaming. We're talking about endless paperwork, long queues, and a level of inefficiency that would make a snail look like a Formula One race car. It's a nightmare for businesses, investors, and anyone who values their time and sanity. The good news is that there's a push to streamline things, to cut through the red tape and roll out the red carpet for businesses and investors. The government is working on digitizing processes, reducing bureaucratic hurdles, and making it easier to do business in the Philippines. But it's a work in progress, folks. Old habits die hard, and changing a system that's been entrenched for decades takes time, effort, and a whole lot of patience. But hey, if Filipinos can handle typhoons and karaoke nights, they can handle a little bureaucratic reform, right? Right? I'm choosing to be optimistic here, folks. Alright folks, it's time for a little palate cleanser, a mental sorbet if you will. We've covered a lot of ground from economic indicators to natural disasters, and I know what you're thinking, John, my brain is full, I need a break. Well, fear not, my friends, because it's time for some fun facts. That's right, get ready to impress your friends at your next Zoom trivia night with these little nuggets of Philippine knowledge. First up, did you know that the Philippines is home to the world's smallest mammal? No, it's not a miniature carabao, though that would be adorable. It's the adorable bumblebee bat, also known as the kitty's hog-nosed bat. This tiny creature is so small it can fit on the tip of your thumb. Speaking of thumbs, did you know that Filipinos are the undisputed kings and queens of texting? Back in the early 2000s, they were sending an average of 400 texts per month, earning them the title of texting capital of the world. Now, before you Gen Zers start scoffing with your fancy emojis and memes, remember, this was back when T9 texting was a thing. Respect. And speaking of things Filipinos excel at, let's talk about karaoke. I'm not talking about your shy, mumbling into the microphone kind of karaoke. I'm talking about full-on hairbrush microphone, belted out like you mean it karaoke. It's practically a national sport in the Philippines, and trust me, these people can sing. Section 2. Beyond the call center, Japan and the Karaoke Kings. The Philippines' love affair with Japan goes beyond anime and Hello Kitty toys. Japan is a major investor in the Philippines, especially in the automotive industry. Those sleek Japanese cars you see, many are built or assembled here. This partnership goes beyond cars. Japan helps develop Philippine infrastructure and supports renewable energy projects. It's a win-win. Japan gets a skilled workforce, the Philippines gets investment in technology, and yes, awesome karaoke machines. Both nations share a deep love for karaoke. Karaoke bars in Manila are as common as ramen shops in Tokyo. It's a cultural exchange uniting people through music and laughter. Despite historical ups and downs, they've forged a strong bond, mutual respect, economic cooperation, and a shared love of karaoke. Section 3. Coconuts and Crypto, the future of the Philippine Peso. Alright folks, let's wrap things up with a glimpse into the future. What does the crystal ball hold for the Philippine economy? Will it be coconuts as far as the eye can see? Will they perfect the art of the self-driving jeepney? One thing's for sure, things are about to get interesting. The Philippines is embracing the digital revolution. They're diving headfirst into fintech, mobile payments, online banking, and blockchain technology. This is a big deal. The Philippines is a hotbed for mobile money, with millions using their phones to send and receive money, pay bills, and even invest. A young, tech-savvy population is primed for the global fintech arena. But what about the Philippine peso? Will it be replaced by Bitcoin? Will we buy adobo with Dogecoin? Probably not. The Philippine Central Bank might explore digital currencies. They've hinted at a central bank digital currency or CBDC, which could revolutionize transactions. Section 1. The Philippines, a rising tiger with karaoke skills. So there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the bustling call centers of Manila, marveled at the resilience of the Filipino people, and even learned a thing or two about coconuts and karaoke. It's been a wild ride, but one thing's for sure, the Philippines is a nation on the move. They've got all the ingredients for success: a young, dynamic workforce, a strategic location in the heart of Southeast Asia, and a government that's mostly committed to economic growth. Plus, let's not forget about that infectious Filipino optimism. It's like sunshine in a bottle. But it's not all sunshine and adobo, folks. The Philippines still faces significant challenges, from income inequality and corruption to the ever-present threat of natural disasters. These are issues that require long-term solutions, a commitment to good governance, and a whole lot of that famous Filipino resilience. But hey, if anyone can overcome these hurdles, it's the Filipinos. They've got the talent, the drive, and let's be honest, the karaoke skills to achieve their economic dreams. Section 2. The future is sunny, with a chance of typhoons. What does the future hold for the Philippines? Will they become the next Asian economic tiger, or get a seat on the United Nations Security Council? Maybe invent a karaoke machine that predicts your next song. One thing's for sure, the Philippines is a nation to watch. They're rewriting the rules of economic development, with hard work, ingenuity, and Filipino spirit, teaching the world about resilience and community. So think of a nation on the rise, ready to take on the world one call, one code, one karaoke ballad at a time. And hey, if you're ever in Manila, hit me up, I'll buy you a plate of adobo and we'll belt out a few tunes. Just don't expect me to sing in Tagalog, my pronunciation needs work. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay awesome.